Hey, it's Kat. Welcome back to the channel, guys. So today we're looking for scrap iron. So there are 3 locations over here in Marleybone where you will find it. So we're going to pull up the map to start. Our first location we're going to is Newgate Prison. So we're going to head over there now. Alright, so now that we're in Newgate Prison, I'm actually going to switch realms. And we're going to hop over to a more calm realm because we're currently in a crowded one. Let's go to Unicorn. So scrap iron in Newgate Prison spawns in several different spots. So we got over here by this teleporter, and this teleporter. So it really is on top. The teleporter makes it much easier to farm. So we're going to go up here and we can use that to get to the other ones. Alright, we're over to the teleporter hub and we already switched realms. Let's go ahead and run through these really quick. We'll click the bone, and then when we look on here, there should be some that spawn right around us. So if we look around the area right now, we might find some. Otherwise, there might not be any scrap iron over here. Oh, there's some. We got 2 pieces, and it's really just this little area. So it does not look like there's any more. So that's all that was in this area. So we got 2 there. So we'll go back. You just gotta remember which order you like doing it in. It will make it a little bit easier. So we went bone. So let's go to the paw. And then over here, it should be just along the tower as well. So yeah, it should be just right about here. So we can kind of look on the road right here. I'm not seeing any. There's nothing that spawns up there either. So we're going to go back to the teleporter hub and go to the last location. And then here at the last one, it's only 1 spot right here. These other ones had 2. This one only has 1. And we can check and see if there's any scrap iron over here. I'm not seeing any. I think we had a bad run this time through. We'll go through this area one more time, and then we'll switch over to the next area that you can use for farming scrap iron. Alright, I ran through it a second time and I got 0 scrap iron that time. So either somebody's farming or this just had very bad luck. So we're going to go on to the next area. Alright, we're back in Scotland Yard. So now we're going to head over to Knight's Court over here. And we're going to try farming over there to see what we get. Alright, so now we're at the Knight's Court. So our spawn points again are right by these teleporters. He's kind of covering that one, but there's another one there. Yeah, so this area has 4 teleporters, 1 by the door and then the other 3. So the only one you don't need to use is this one. So we'll just make our way over. We'll start with the bone again. So now that we're at the bone, there is 3 spots here that they can spawn at. I think we're going to switch realms again really quickly to one of the middle realms. I think somebody's been farming. Alright, we switched realms. And we'll use this realm for the rest of this area. I don't see anything at this one, so let's go back to the main. And then we'll go to the paw print next. And this guy has 2 spots showing over here. And there's 1. We got 1 piece of scrap iron. And nothing back here. Nothing up there. Alright. And on to the last spot, and then here it is. And this one only has 1 spawn point. Not seeing anything here, so we only got 1 so far. We'll jump realms again, and I'm going to run through, and we'll see how much I grab. Oh, here we go. And we got 1 piece of scrap iron and 2 stone blocks. So we got 1 and 1. And that's all we got from the second run. So I got about 2 out of 2 runs. So we're going to go on to our final place. Alright, for our last location, we're over in Chelsea Court. So we have another set of spawn points. So over here by the teleporter hub, we actually have 3. And then we have 1 located over here. And then we have 2 over here. So we're going to run over to those spots and see what we can find this time around. Oh, here's some scrap iron. Alright. 1. Some mistwood. Okay, we're getting a nice variety here. Nothing spawns up there. It's all down here. And we'll check over here in this little section and see if there's anything else. Okay, that looks like all that there was at the teleporter hub. So we got 1 scrap iron. Next, we'll go over here by Shakes O'Leary. So that's the green paw. And from here, we got to run down and over a little bit. It's not at his spot, but it's nearby enough that we can just kind of skirt around it and go over. So let's see if we got anything over here. Nope, I'm not seeing any scrap iron over here. So now we can head over to our final spot, which is Ice Pick's warehouse. We just got to run back to that teleporter, so I'll see you over there. Alright, so we'll go to Ice Pick's warehouse, and now that we're here, it should be 2 that spawn right here. So hopefully there is 1. Oh, there's 1. There we go. And we got 1 piece of scrap iron and a spring. So we're at 2 scrap iron. Okay, we're going to hop realms and then we're going to run through again. We'll see how much we come up. All right, new realm, and we got 1 piece to start. And we got 2 from this one. Let's see, any more scrap iron over here? No, but there's a silver chest. So we ended up getting 3 scrap iron this run. So this is the area with the highest so far for us. And there was a total of 3 over here, 1 here, 2 there. So that's 6 spots in Chelsea Court where these scrap iron regions can spawn at. Alright, so that's the 3 best areas to be farming the scrap iron from. It's really up to choice and preference on how you like farming. This one had a little bit more running involved to get over here, and the other ones were closer to teleporters. So it really just depends on where you want to farm at and your personal luck. Personally, I farmed in Newgate Prison for all of my scrap iron for the Initiate Crafter quest. Alright, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!